Hello students, today I am going to shoot a video on the basic concept of force. It will cover majority of the idea of force starting from middle school to the secondary school, 9th standard and 11th also. Now what is really force? What is force? Force is basically a push or a pull. For example, if I have a box here and if I pull this box, let us say it has small wheels like this, and if I pull it like this, I am pulling it, right, and the body will move. That means you say I apply force. Or for example, instead of pulling it, suppose you give the force like this, and this is called push. When I push it, then also the body will move. When I pull it, then also the body will move. In simple words, the force is a push or a pull, which changes the position of the body. Now, or it moves the body, it should move the body. Fine. Now, what is the unit of force? We call it as Newton. Newton is Sir Isaac Newton, a famous scientist, but always we write with small letter when you write a unit, but in capital N we will say. Capital N stands for Newton. Suppose I am pushing this body, let us leave this word pull from here. I push this body box with, let us say, 80 Newton of force. Then the body will move in this direction. When I apply like this, it is moving towards the left hand direction. Okay, now what I am going to do, another person is also coming and he is applying 50 Newton force. Now what will be the total force? We just add these two, 80 plus 50, which is equal to 130 Newton. Now F1 plus F2, if I say, that is equal to total force F. Remember, when these two forces are in the same direction, the body will move in that direction. I hope you understand this point. Now, I can also make a small change. Instead of pushing this body, right, I am going to now pull this body. If I pull this body, then what will happen? Okay, see, I take the body back here, fine, and I am going to pull with 80 Newton, and another person is also pulling with 50 Newton, and the direction is same. When the direction is same, then what will happen? The body will move towards the right direction, right? That's towards right, towards left, or towards right. Now, again you add 80 plus 50, that is 130 Newton. When two forces are in the same direction, you just add them and it moves in the direction of the force you applied. Now, we reverse the case. Let us suppose I apply 50 Newton and I am going to push this here with 80 Newton, and the other person is pushing in opposite direction with 50 Newton. Then what will happen? See, one is in this direction, one is in this direction, and another is in this direction. They are opposite direction. They are not same direction. They are in opposite direction. When they are in opposite direction, then the body will move the direction in the direction of the biggest force. Here 80 and 50, 80 is big, so it will move in this direction. But what will be the net force? What is the total force acting? This is called net force. Okay, what is the net force? It will be F1 difference of F2. F1 is 80, difference is minus, that is 30 Newton. 30 Newton is the net force acting on this body. I hope you understand. Net force is the effective force, right? One is like this, another is opposite like this. Naturally, the body will move, which is in the bigger one, the force in the direction. Yes, that is the thing. Now, you come to the another case. Instead of pushing it, and this person is pulling it with 80 Newton, and this person is pulling in this direction with 80 Newton. Are these two directions same? Are these two directions same? No, they are opposite direction. When they are in opposite direction, what will happen? The net force will be difference between these two forces, 80 minus 50, that is 30 Newton. What is 30 Newton? 30 Newton is the net force or effective force. Okay, so these are different types of force. Suppose I take for example 50 Newton somebody is pulling, and again with the same 50 Newton another person is pulling in the opposite direction. Then what will happen? The body will be stationary. The body will be at rest. Why is it rest? Forces are acting, but the body is at rest. Why? Because these two forces in magnitude they are equal and in direction they are opposite. So 50 minus 50 will be equal to 0 Newton. Force is acting, but they are equal and opposite. Then the net force will be 0. So the body will be stationary. So this is the basic concept of force. Okay, now from here I will move on to Newton's laws of motion. Okay, today we are going to study the first law of motion. Okay, and from which we will take the next laws. What is the first law of motion is going to tell us. Okay, yes. Now what I am discussing here is Newton's first law. Now what is Newton's first law? Before we learn Newton's first law, we should first know about another scientist by name Galileo Galilei. Okay, Galileo Galilei. Let us learn about, see what did he do. Galileo Galilei did one experiment. In that experiment, what he did, he took a vessel like this. Yes, and a plane like we can say a surface like this. And what he did, you know, he took a spherical shape or semi-spherical shape. He took a ball from here and he rolled the ball. There is no friction. No friction. What is friction? Friction is the force which opposes motion. Two bodies are in contact. I move my both palms together, right? And when I do like this, I feel heat is coming. That is because these two are rubbing with each other and producing heat. That is due to friction. Friction is the force which opposes motion, right? If I want to move like this, it opposes, right? And that is called friction. When he took an inclined plane, we say, or a trough like this, he took a ball and rolled the ball. He found that the ball is able to reach the same height, right? That means there is no friction. The body is rolling like this, reaches here, and in this we will take no friction. Then Galileo thought, if from here it can come this much, okay, it is able to travel this much distance, okay, the distance traveled is this much, is fine. What he did, he bent this little bit bigger. Okay, I am going to draw and show you how is it going to be. Yeah, the same trough I have taken, the vessel I have taken, instead of here, it is going to become little bit larger and become like this. Then what will happen to the body? Will it go till this point or not? It will go. Why it will go? I am leaving it. No friction. So the body will go and reach the same height, and the body will reach this point. And again you see in this case, the second case, this is first case, and the second case, it is traveling a larger distance. I did not do anything. I have not done anything. I just left the ball. Gravity is pulling it, and then it is taking, it reaches the same height. If friction is there, it will not reach. Okay, if you think like a simple pendulum, right? Simple pendulum, you leave it, left, right, it goes on going. If there is no air friction, it is like a pendulum clock, it will be continuously moving. So here too, this ball is able to roll more distance and reach the same height. Now, Galileo thought something very special. He thought something very special. Suppose if I take this and make it flat, okay, if I make it flat like this, what will happen? If I make it flat like this, then what will happen? Where will it reach? And the body will be going on, going. Take for example the veranda. You have a ball. You roll the ball. The ball will go on rolling. Because what is the condition? There is no friction. There is no opposite force. Then the body will continue to move. Actually, Galileo did this experiment with something called inclined plane. Okay, inclined plane. In your textbook you can see it will be one plane. It is very difficult for you to understand. So I converted in this shape. Okay, from some other book I have seen and I have done this like this. It's more easy. He took two inclined plane, one inclined plane, slope. And then he moved it from here and it here. Okay, so the same experiment I have done in this way. So what is the conclusion of this experiment? What did Galileo conclude from this experiment? He concluded a body which is in motion will continue to move. A body which is in motion will continue to move. Constant velocity. Uniform velocity. It will go on moving. That there is a condition. Only when a friction is there, it will stop. So that is main thing. And think it. This is a very important concept. You think, for example, I have this duster, right? I have this duster. If I keep this duster on the table and I leave it, and I come next day and see the duster is in the same place in the table, on the table. So that means the body which is at rest will remain at rest. We know that. There are so many tables and chairs are there. They are all there only. Nobody moved it. Till somebody moves it, it will not move. It will remain in the same place. A body which is at rest will be always at rest. We know that. But Galileo proved a body which is in motion will always be in motion. And this is called inertia. What is it called? Inertia. Inertia is the inertia. Okay. Now before we come to the concept of Newton's first law, first we are studying about Galileo's experiment, and Galileo's experiment talks about inertia. Now what is inertia? Inertia is the tendency of the body. It is the tendency of the body to remain in the same state. That means if it is at rest, it will be always at rest. If it is in motion, it will be always in motion. Right? And that is called inertia. And that is a small change in that was made by Newton, and we call it Newton's first law. What he said? Newton's first law. Why to hide it so long? If there is another force is acting opposite, then the body will change its state. That I will tell you more in detail. Now, we will do some small examples I will tell you for inertia. Inertia of rest. First we will take inertia of rest and study about it, and then we will study about inertia of motion, and then we will find how they are useful everyday life. We see this happening. Okay, so that is what we are going to do now. Now inertia of rest first. I am going to talk about a body which is at rest. Okay, what is this inertia of rest? For example, I will do a small experiment for you. Right? I have taken a glass. I hope you can see the glass. Right? It's an empty glass. Nothing is there. Now what I am going to do? I am going to place a cardboard. I am going to place a small thin cardboard on this. And I am going to place a 5 rupees coin on this. Right? I have placed a 5 rupees coin. What Galileo is saying, a body which is at rest will be at rest. Now what I am going to do, I am going to flick this one. Yeah, it just flipped more, no problem. Yes, again I will retry this experiment. Okay, now you see what you are doing. See, you have to do it very carefully. Yeah, I place this coin. Your body which is at rest, it should be in the same position. Yeah, it fell. Why? It is not moving with the card. Why? Because the body which is at rest will be always at rest. Again we can try. It also depends on the air. The air, you have to be careful, and how much force you give to flip that. This also is important. And then the body should fell inside. Yeah, you get my point? So this is an example for inertia at rest. Now I will tell you one example with inertia of motion. What is that? See, for example, you all might have traveled in bus. Okay, in bus the driver is there sitting here and driving the bus here. Let us suppose, right, we are all sitting in the bus here. Okay, now when you are sitting in the bus is going very fast. With the bus we are also moving. Bus is in motion. We are in motion with the bus, but with my friend next I am at rest because he is with me sitting here. We both, the frame of reference, with reference to him, with reference to the driver, I am at rest. With reference to my next passenger, I am rest. But the whole bus is moving. Somebody who is standing at the bus stop and the bus is moving, for him we are in motion. It is all motion and rest is relative terms. Now, we are all moving. Bus is going at 50, 60, 70 kilometers per hour. And suddenly, he puts the brake. When he puts the brake, suddenly what will happen? We all are sitting. We will just go and hit like this. We are all sitting. Bus is put this brake and we all will hit in the front on the bar. Tuck. Oh my God. We get up. What do you understand by that? Our body wants to be in motion. Our body wants to be in motion. But our foot, which is at rest, it wants to be at rest. It is at rest, but our body is in motion. Oh, suddenly when brake is put, our body continues to be in motion. But it cannot move too far. The bar in the front will hit and you will stop. Oh my God, I got hurt. Why? Suddenly if you are sleeping, you will wake up and see, oh, okay, the bus has stopped. There is sudden brake has been put. You understand what I am saying? Inertia, it's the same thing. If you are sitting in the bus and the bus is at stationary in the bus stand, suddenly it moves, we will go backward. This is called, we will jerk backward. We will jerk backward. This is because that the body is in rest. And suddenly you are moving, the body wants to be at rest. But here you will jerk forward. Why will you jerk forward? Because the body is at rest, our feet is at rest, and the body wants to move even if the bus is stopped with a sudden brake. And this is another example, inertia and for rest and motion. We can study a lot of things like this, right? More examples can be stated. Now today I will conclude with a simple statement of Newton's first law of motion. Okay? It is very hot, sweating, no fan because the video will be disturbed. Yes. So what is Newton's first law? Newton's first law talks about inertia. And what is inertia? It is the tendency of a body to remain in the same state. If it is at rest, it will always be at rest. If it is in motion, it will be always in motion. Now what is Newton's first law says? Every body continues to be in a state of rest or uniform motion unless and until changed by an external force. I am telling this for the last 35 years. Yes, every body continues to be in a state of rest or uniform motion. Till when? Till an external force acts on it. Friction is an external force. Yes, the brake you put it is an external force. And if I take this duster, right, and I apply an external force, right, till external force acts, the body will not change its state because of inertia. And this is called Newton's first law. Again, I state Newton's first law. Every body continues to be in a state of rest or uniform motion unless and until compelled by an external force to change that state. Kindly read this, and then in the next video I will explain more about Newton's second law. Thank you.